YouTube channel as always. Give me just a minute. Uh, give me just a minute, and I'll be with y'all. And I'm pretty sure I've said it plenty of times before. If you guys have any questions, now's a good time to ask, because I gotta wait on the load. Like I said, if y'all want to ask a question, now's a good time to do it. I gotta wait on the load, and I tried to get my load delivered earlier, but unfortunately that did not work out the way that I wanted it to. And sometimes, man, that's just part of the industry, plain and simple. I should just move that. No! 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 Damn it. Man. One thing and something else. Anyway, today, the main point of this video, because somebody was asking me about winter driving. And I don't know if any of you have looked at, what the weather is going to be like. It's going to be pretty hellish. Hopefully, the snow will stay further west of where I'm at.
What the fuck you doing over there? Figure out a plate problem.
Yeah, they're all screwing off, dude. Every last one of them. But the weather thing. Now the main, I'm just hoping that this weather stays further northwest of where I'm at. Excuse me. I'm hoping that this weather stays further northwest of where I'm at. I'll be getting off from underneath this load. I'll be getting off from underneath this load tomorrow. Tried to get it off earlier, but I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be able to. It kind of depends on Henry Bob Swelkers. What's up, Henry Bob Swelkers, man? Henry Bob, are you a truck driver? I have to ask. I may have to send that a message. Henry Bob, are you a truck driver? Henry Bob Swelkers. Are you a truck driver? Or Henry Bob, just answer that.
Experience is coming to the heart of.
Yeah, I bet it is. I'm getting my CDL permit now. Okay, man, go ahead and get it. Get it, Henry Bob. Get it. And since we're already here, we'll talk. Hey, Red 9900, you got your radio on? You got it on red 9900? Landstar Inway, Rockford, Illinois. Hey man, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll switch the camera. Y'all have something to watch in the meantime. I'll be back in a minute. If it's somebody asks, well, man, tell them I'll be back.
This one here sound all right? Sure.
Yeah, I had to go holler at somebody real quick. What were we talking about? Getting that CD, yeah. Henry Boss Workers passed my physical and got my permit. Hey, I've got something for y'all. If by some chance something was to happen when you're going to go take your what's up there, Peterbilt, looking clean with them big old stacks on there. But if you're going to go take your physical, something happens, they tell you that your blood pressure is too high or something like that. There is a trick. You hold your breath hold your breath just a little bit before she either puts the machine on you or before she puts her stethoscope in this part of your arm. And then just hold your breath. Then once like the release starts, just slowly exhale, because most of the time when they're doing that, they're listening, so they're not really talking to you. That's just some little pointers and stuff I have learned. Believe it or not, it actually works. It actually works. But other than that, doing pretty good, man. Seen a load coming out of oh yeah, I gotta show y'all what this weather looking like, man. So shout out to Tanker Monkey, shout out to Chasing Andrew Jackson, shout out to Oil Rig Jobs, all three of those guys. I'll put a link down here in the bottom so you can check out these guys' videos. I found a load that goes to Kalispell, but that means I would have to drive through the weather that I've been telling y'all about that I had not spoke about. But come on. Got a truck just like mine, except his is red. His is a red International 9900, and mine is a white. He has a Caterpillar in his, but I'll show y'all what the heck I'm talking about instead of just like that's his truck right there. I had to go holler at old dude, ask him some stuff about his truck. I'm kind of waiting on. I'm actually waiting on somebody to come up here with a classic, because I've actually found out that they have quite a few of those trucks up here running the roads, whether they're running logs, hauling logs up here, flatbed, reefer, or doing some of the other stuff that they haul up here. But the current situation with this weather, which I don't know how I managed to miss it, well, I think I saw part of it, and it was further north going, and it looks like it was going into Canada. So I didn't see this much of it. And this is coming across the entire country. And coming across Texas right now. So you can see the little, hold on a minute. You can see the little blue dot. Focus. Damn. Focus. There we go. You see the little blue dot? That's where I'm at. And you can see that it is coming right. It's coming right where I am. So that's the current situation right now. And the goal is, according to the way that the weather is supposed to be going. Damn. There's no way around this. Can't go west at all. So
Who's driving the AA Logistics?
I can't avoid this because it's going west. The only way to avoid it is to go south, and that would rub me into Georgia or Florida. I might as well start looking at that load now, because this load will empty out till tomorrow. I can't get an earlier time to get this load off, which sucks. But it was paying $4 a mile to go $4.10 a mile to go 535 miles. More than likely, I'll say 560 to 570 miles. Well, I'd say 560 by the time I add up where else I went. Come on, phone. Tripping. But other than that, everything is pretty much going along awesome. Except for this weather that I'm about to have to run into. Ain't no way around it, man. Ain't no way around it. So 4 o'clock is gonna be closer. Maybe it'll just stay further. Maybe it's not looking like it. But the good thing about it, the cold, like the ice and snow, is actually further north into Canada and currently over there in Illinois. But if that swings east, I might be screwed. But if it looks like that, I will sure as hell deadhead the heck out of here with a quickness. Because, man, I am not trying to. And the fact that the cold front is at the top part of Texas right now, it kind of says that, okay, that cold front's just going to sweep across the rest of the country. So more than likely, it could be a double hit. Getting hit by the first front, and then the second front comes in a little bit later after that. Man. Ain't no way around it. But today, everything is all good. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow. But the rain ain't that big of a deal. At least the rain will actually clean that stuff off the roads. So that's the good thing about the rain. But then they'll get back out and salt everything. And I may get out here and wash my truck while it's raining. Just go outside, wash my truck the whole time that it's raining, man, because my truck got that road salt and stuff on it. And I definitely want to get that off. I'm trying to think what else. Somebody else asked me something. Let's go to YouTube. And also, I got to give some congratulations out to, what is your name? Yeah, Andrew Ansa. How is working at Calfrac? If I ain't said it already, bro, you about to win, man. Working at Calfrac is an awesome company. I'm gonna assume Calfrac has the same quality of standard of people that were working there when I was working there. I worked up there in North Dakota, so I'm not really familiar about how Calfrac runs stuff down in Texas, if they're still down there. But I know Calfrac is definitely still in Williston, because they hadn't planned to go anywhere. And they're a solid run fracking company. They've been fracking for a long time. They've been fracking for some years, and they know what they're doing, and they take care of their equipment. They're not one of those companies that you're always fixing, working on something, something's breaking, don't nobody know what's going on, can't nobody figure it out, where's the E-Tech, nobody knows, nobody's seen a mechanic. They ain't that kind of company. They tend to stay on top of that stuff, and they take care of the people that work there. And from my experience working in Williston, Calfrac was a solid company. If I could have done something different as far as fracking goes, I would have rather had Calfrac as my first frac company that I ever worked for. Neighbors was straight. Neighbors had their own man camp. That was awesome. That's in some of my videos somewhere up in there. But Calfrac's a solid run company. It's professionally run. They stay on top of stuff. They pay attention to what they're doing. Cause you got them, Halliburton. It's another company up there. There's another company up there hiring right now. I'll get back to your questions. This company has been putting out ads on Facebook. And Tom, if you watching this, bro, Tom, dude, I will be heading south just as soon as I can get a load. If you watching this, Tom, I will be heading south just as soon as I can get a load. Just as soon as I can get a load. Plain, just... What were you talking about? Oh, yeah. I think it's Wave Systems. Because up here in Hagerstown, Pennsylvania, it's nice, man. It's like 50-some degrees, 50-something degrees. It is absolutely awesome up here right now. And like I said before, if y'all have any questions, throw them down there at the bottom. The frac company that was hired. Give me a second, because I'm trying to remember where I've seen this at. That was an Employ the Bakken. All right, the frac company is still needing frac operator CDL and non-CDL. Work is in Williston, North Dakota. The rotation is going to be 14 and 7. Schedule starts Tuesdays. 17-hour days billed every day. So that's whether you work a 12-hour shift or you work a 13-hour shift, 14-hour shift. You they they bill for 17-hour days, and that also will allow them to cover the transportation to and from work, and you getting paid for all that time. All right, I'm gonna break down what it says on here about the pay and the hours. Week number 114 and 7. Yeah. Week number 1, well, they're gonna have rotating. They're gonna have different shifts and stuff for you. So depending on, anyway, let's just finish breaking it down. 14 and 7 schedule starts Tuesdays. 17-hour days billed every day. Week number 1, 102 hours, because more than likely that's your, depending on what schedule you're on, that'll be your comeback week, coming back from your days off. Then your second week, around 119 hours. Your second week, because that's well into your hitch. And then your third week is 1 day, and then you'll go on off days. So in all, that will be 14 days, because it's 6 days in 1 week, 7 days in the next week, another day in that following week, and that's your 14 days and your 7 days off. Tuesday. So now here's something to know about that if you ever worked in the oil field. Some companies have gotten sued over what they do when the way they start your time, like you start on Tuesday, or they'll have the time goes in on Wednesday or Thursday or something like that, and that's how they kind of cut people time and keep from getting people overtime. Well, no, because the pay goes in on this day, but that's just one of the things, man, you have to work with. I'll check you guys' comments in just a second. Pay rate is $18 an hour. Now, $18 an hour is not bad, because 17 times 18, that's $306 for the day that you're going to work. So day 1, that's $306 for 17 hours. Okay, so 3 days you'll be into overtime plus 11 hours. So that's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's the thing about $18 an hour can sound like, man, that sucks, man. I don't want to make $18 an hour. It depends on how they do it. And they also give you a per diem. Pay rate is $18 an hour, 17-hour days. Adds up to $5,927 a hitch plus per diem. CDLA is $20 an hour. Adds up to $61.70, 14-day hitch plus per diem. Mileage reimbursed or flights paid for the right candidate. $25 per diem. Lodging will be at a hotel in town, private room. For non-CDL holders, previous experience working in North Dakota is a must. Work environment is really challenging, and we need to bring on people who have worked in these conditions previously. Send me your resume if interested. That is the application. Talk to A Brener, ABRENER, at wavesystems.com. WAVSYS.com. Send me a resume if you're interested. This being the second post I've made, I have received a lot of messages and emails. I've tried to respond to the best of my abilities. I know hourly pay rate won't work for many people. Please look at the bottom line for the hitch. I can only bring on people who have worked in North Dakota. For non-CDLs, I do need a resume. So they letting you know, man, Wave Systems is hiring in the oil field. So for those of you that are interested in getting into frac, especially if you are a younger person
pilots can't handle that kind of damn business.
Man, this place is always like this, bro. All the time. But that's what's going on as far as the Bakken in North Dakota. What else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, the video that I uploaded a couple of days ago, that was just, I was driving through from Charleston to Knoxville, Tennessee, and I just figured I'd throw that sucker on there. D Fresco, you said you headed out that way. Keep your head up and keep doing your thing. Yeah, CTB job you were talking about. You asked me. Oh, shout out to Tanker Monkey and Chasing Andrew Jackson, if I hadn't said that already. And I did look on Craigslist. Craigslist didn't really have a lot of information. I looked both places. I looked in Texas and I also looked at North Dakota. There's not a lot of. There probably. There probably was, but I just didn't really see a lot when I looked for water hauling owner operator on water haulers. I didn't really see a whole lot. Like I've seen a lot as far as, you know, when you look on Indeed, when you look on when you get to looking on Craigslist, it's got some information, but then some information it doesn't have. What else? I'm trying to think what else. You and Tanker Monkey got me wanting to get up north. Henry Bob, man, if you're already familiar with North Dakota, if you're already familiar with that area, that's a plus. When it comes to wave systems, like when he was talking about they want to hire people that already have that, people that are familiar with that area, I can tell you this from firsthand experience. Turn this down for a second. From working up there in North Dakota, there's some stuff that's gonna suck working in the oil field in North Dakota. And please understand this. I'm just trying to keep it as real with you as I possibly can. Some stuff I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna get together with Tanker Monkey, whether I got to drive up there and we make that video or I got to fly up there. We are making that video. I kind of want to do it around in March, but we can still talk about some of the same stuff. You've experienced it, and I've also experienced it. But I'm gonna save that for when we can put that together, and we'll both have that content to share. When you're working in frack in the winter in North Dakota, there's some stuff that you have to do if you're going to be down for a little while. If you're going to be offline, it's in the negative, because usually you get to a certain point where you're not really going to be rolling fresh water. Fresh water, you got to pour fresh water out. You can't leave fresh water in no lines. You either have to have all of that fluid sucked out of them lines if it's fresh water. If it's mixed, like it's fresh, but they're recirculating, okay, that'll work. Because recirculated water is going to have some well water in it, so it's going to have some salt to keep it from freezing, but that's just because it has been circulated. Cold. Prime Ink, another one, y'all. That's it. It has some salt in it, but it doesn't have enough salt to hold up to -30. -30, you'll start to see salt separate from water. Like if you've ever seen like let's say they were working on a pump on day shift, and they had to take the pumper loose, and some fluid got on the containment. As that fluid sat there over a course of a couple of days, the water evaporated from the fluid, and the water evaporated from the fluid. Just don't hit my truck, man. Just don't hit my truck. The water evaporated from the fluid, and you could see like where the salt was just sitting there. So salt will separate, once it gets so cold, and then you have the water will evaporate. Because I've seen that from hauling water in North Dakota, from hauling up production water. Just like you also have different weights of production water. So let's say you're working in frac, company man calls up and he says that they want some production water, but it has to be 10 pound, or depending on what they're doing, it has to be this pound. They want 10 pound, they want 12, they want 9, depending on how cold it's gonna be. You should have started doing that just a little bit sooner. I'm not gonna deal with this. I think he's got this. He's got this. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. And whoever else is coming in next, I think there's a spot next to him. And if you're gonna get it, you better get that sucker. Because otherwise this place fills up quick. Tanker Monkey, what's up, man? What'd you say? Everyone lives on the rig for 14 days. Yeah, frack. Frack, you either gonna be in that hotel, man camp, or something. And that's pretty much the way frack's gonna be. Tanker Monkey knows what I'm talking about. Tanker Monkey's out there right now. I do miss it, but February, there's no chance. There's no chance in hell. No, like right now, if there was a meme of some laughter, that would be popping up right now. That's what will be popping up right now. February in North Dakota, no. Yeah, but for 14 days, it's gonna be your 14 days on. Tanker Monkey. It ought to be sand, hopper bottom, or water. It's gonna be one of them two. Hauling water or hopper bottom. I really don't want to spend money on buying another trailer, because drive-in's gonna always be there. Drive-in's gonna be there. Drive-in's gonna be there. Drive-in is gonna be there. Flatbed's gonna be there. Reefer's gonna be there. Tanker, I know I'm gonna use tanker for only so many things. Hopper bottom's a bit more versatile, and I know there's a limit on tanker when it comes to hauling production water, because you're only gonna use that tanker for so long before you eventually ruin it. But if you keep it washed out, oh no, man, we have to talk about that one. What about 14 days off? Do you have to leave? No, you don't have to leave. If they got work, you tell them you want to work, whether you want to work around the yard doing stuff, that is a good way to keep up with. That is a good way to get ahead. Like you want to build your oil field experience. You got your 14 days of you working, and then your 7 days, they'll probably put you with another crew, and then you go out with those guys. So you may be doing sand with your crew, because you just started out, and usually everybody starts out in sand. You'll be doing sand with your crew. What are we doing? What are we doing? What the hell is this? This pilot over here something else, bro. These dudes over here something else, but they definitely could have made. I mean, is that Is that like an extra? No, that's not extra parking back there. That's somebody's business. Yes. Yeah. If you don't want to work your 7, if they got work, you can work your 7 days off. Plain and simple. If they got work and they got an open spot for you, they need some stuff done. You got a CDL. They need stuff moved. They need to take those sand bears, those big tall sand kings. Well, both of them, whether they have the pneumatic sand belts or they have the big tall sand towers for the hydro bear. That's what it is. Calfrac calls it a hydro bear. Halliburton calls it something else. But you have 2 kinds of sand. Well, 3. My bad. Let me back up a little bit. 100 mesh. 100 mesh. 3070. I know I always remember 100 mesh because 100 mesh is almost like dust. 3070 and then 2030 or something like that. I don't remember it, and I know this stuff is written down at my house somewhere. But let me go back to your comments in order because we kind of starting to get all over the place. Thank you, Heartland Express, for parking next to me, man. I didn't really trust anybody else to get in there. Just give him time. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. But Henry Boss Workers, thank you for tuning in. Started a company working on that. All endorsements. Yeah, Henry Bob, get your tankers, hazmat, doubles and triples, even if you don't want to. Just get it anyway. You don't have to redo it until you got to go redo your license stuff. Just keep all of it. Just keep all of it. And doubles and triples ain't nothing. Just get that anyway, bro. Organic beef powder. Stage 1. And thank you, man. Thank you for that compliment. Got the frozen tank video dropping in a few. Okay. Cause Tanker Monkey, really, bro, I would like to see more videos from you, man. Cause you have a wealth of information and knowledge, man. You have the game on lock. Like whatever goes on in that area where that truck stop is right there off of 85. You the only person out there. Only person on YouTube, social media, anything. Everything that's down there south of the reservation, all the way to the reservation, all the way to Wofford and down. And I assume you would go, what's that area south of where you at? South of the truck stop. Because you know they used to have that man camp right there. I don't remember the name of it. I know somewhere on my YouTube channel, way back in 16, there's a video of that man camp. But if you go to that truck stop now, you and I both know that man camp's gone. Not the Bison or the Patriot, the one that's like close to you down there. Let me get back to y'all comments and stuff. Okay, Otis Harris. They have housing on the oil rig when you're going to go work on the oil rig, dude. You need to get in that spot, bro. You need to get in that spot. Cause seriously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You go and get in that spot. Show y'all what's going on right now. He gonna get in there. It's just gonna take him a minute. But while he trying to get in there, he got the rest of everybody else waiting to get off in the truck stop. Everybody else waiting to get off in the truck stop. And he over here. Don't get it in there, bro. But man, that's something you're gonna have to deal with. And I can tell you, whoever goes to get your whoever goes to get your CDL, make sure your backing is on point. Your backing and your turning. That is the most important thing in trucking. Being able to back up and making turns and having to backing up, making turns. Backing up is number one, because backing up is gonna take you longer to get than making turns. Because making turns, once you understand your turn width, once you get used to that, you're gonna kind of have turning. But backing up, it's always about the setup. It's always about the setup. Every single time, it's always about the setup. What the hell that was? Backing up is all about the setup. You set yourself up, and it's easy. Piece of cake. Turning, once you get used to it, it's just like me in this truck. I know my width. I know how much space I need. If I'm gonna make a U-turn or jackknife turn, I know how much space I need. So I can pull into an area, and I know if I got enough space. Same thing if I went past my turn, whenever it was, I went past my turn, and I was looking for any place that had enough space for me to get in there, make my turn, and come back out. And it took a minute till I found like a shopping center that didn't have any cars, kind of scattered out, and that's why I made my turn at. Because those are usually your best places. Don't run up in Dollar General's parking lots, McDonald's parking lot. The second you run up in there, somebody's coming behind you. The second you go to pull in there, you may not see nobody. That's a lot of bungees. But somebody's coming there right behind you. And now you got them, while you trying to get out, they're trying to come in, and it sucks. Back to y'all comments. But Tanker Monkey has a game on lock right now in the Bakken. And I know Tanker Monkey's got like a lot more that he could be putting out, but he's also, man, the dude's trying to run a business, bro, and the dude's got work to do, bro. So, it's like me doing this. These kind of videos, like the live videos, they're usually coming when I know my day's done, and I kind of, Tom, what's up, Tom? I kind of, like, I'm not delivering till tomorrow. Now, I might drop this trailer here, but they won't let me drop it over there. I might drop this sucker here and go get a power-only round trip somewhere. And that'll be $800, maybe $1,000 to go run that. But I'm not familiar with this area. Like, I'll do it in Memphis in a minute, because what are you doing, bro? That ain't no parking spot. That ain't not no parking spot. Man, look at this. Y'all gotta see this. I don't know what he doing, bro. But that ain't no parking spot. XL truck. You need to quit playing, bro. And you got trucks coming in here non-stop. Non-stop. I don't know what this dude doing. You're not backing up right there, bro. Yeah, you go ahead, come on out and quit playing. Places like this, when you get to truck stops like this, get in there, get your business taken care of, and get out. Cause around about, what time is it? Around about, it's 3 o'clock now. By 5, 6 o'clock, it's just gonna be trucks stacked up in here. That's why I park right here by the edge of the entrance. I can easily leave. But anyway, enough of being nosy. Back to what we were talking about. Shout out to Tanker Monkey, man. I missed the oil field, man. No, the fuel island doesn't really have any kind of sense of urgency. As you can see, somebody pulling behind you so that you can't back up and move out the way. Yep, they're kind of in their own little world there, buddy. But hey, while you're sitting there waiting, you can check out some YouTube videos at JPTV3000. That's JPTV3000 for trucking videos about the oil field, short films, mini documentaries, including some of the interviews of your favorite truck drivers and oil field operators at JPTV3000. Peace. But yeah, on the rig, depending on what company it is, like if you're in Watford City and ain't that far, they may have you staying in whatever the name of that man cap is. I don't think that's a Target. Right when you leave on 85 where NBI is, there's a man camp right there. Dude, this is turned into like entertainment in here. That's why I did not park over there. Anyway. Yeah, dude, this is just entertainment at this point. Just watch the show, bro. Anyway, so what we're talking about. There's a man camp right there when you leave Watford City on 85. It's the one over there by where NBI and that stuff is, because NBI used to be on both sides of the road. NBI's wire line was on the right side, which would have been the north side of the 85 right there. And then the south side was where I think the workover rig yard was. But that's a man camp. Like, they will put you up in that one. The Target is actually west of Watford City. On Tanker Monkey could tell me. What was that, 23 between Watford City and Johnson's Corner? Or is that 73 that goes into 23? Is that 23 goes into King to 10? Anyway, I would look it up, but I'm trying to keep up with you guys' comments, and I hadn't even got to the end yet. Want to come out there to work in the oil fields? Do they have housing on the oil rigs? Yes, oil rigs have housing. Frac has housing. 14 and 7 wave systems. That's the one that I was talking about. He's trying to get you guys to check out my YouTube channel, JPTV3000. Tanker Monkey, man, I just got to that comment, bro. Man, it happens, dude. It happens, man. You know, I have experienced it myself. I didn't know what it was. I experienced that you know, I didn't have that to happen to me, but I experienced the North Dakota blues, man. You know, I ain't got no magic answer for that, bro. I don't man. I would have to buy a new wardrobe and I couldn't go through because the cold, but how much with that. But a Tanker Monkey, man, we gonna get together, bro. Otis Harris, you don't really have to buy any special clothes. When you get to North Dakota, just go to Walmart. Walmart's gonna have a little bit of hey Freightliner, you got a radio on in there? FL, what is that? A FLD? No, that's a classic Freightliner. Maybe not. I want to ask him about his truck. What about 14 days off? Do you have to leave? No, you don't have to leave. Yes. Henry buys my mind. I would have to buy. Oh yeah, like I was saying, Otis Harris, you don't really have to buy any new wardrobe. Just go to Walmart. Walmart's got FRs. Last time I was at Walmart has FRs for you to buy. They sell Bullark. Bullark makes the Walmart FRs, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the name of it. Carhartt makes FRs also. Sure do, because Carhartt makes the jeans and the shirts, and they sell them at Walmart. Or at least they did when I was last up there. I've been since okay, hey, Henry Bob Swokers. Hey, that one breath death video. Here's the thing about that video. I had made that video probably 3 or 4 times. Now, when I was hauling water up there, I went to the same wells, and we had the sour wells that we went to. Some sour wells I had to mask up for. Some sour wells I didn't have to mask up for. There was one in particular. One I had to mask up for. It's like down. It's like down in a little valley. So I had to mask up every time because H2S sits low, and if you didn't mask up, you wouldn't find out until you got out the truck, and your alarm would start going off. But it was enough H2S to make you sick, but it wouldn't kill you like that. But if you were standing downwind when you go up there to strap them tanks, like, that would kill you. That would kill you. By that time, I had been hauling water. I'd been hauling water a year. By the time Purity got, who was it? It wasn't Marathon. It wasn't Oasis. Halcon. Purity got the Halcon wells north of town, and then we did such an awesome job with that. We got that and the Halcon stuff east of Newtown in 16. But yeah, I've been to sour wells plenty of times. As long as I can see that windsock and half of the location isn't like the location isn't buried, usually I'm not gonna put a mask on. I'll put a mask on if I'm going down off in the valley and I can see that there's nowhere for the air to move. But a lot of times, I'm not gonna say a lot of times, some of the times, you'll get to a well pad and they'll have like where they built the pad and they dug the hill out. So you have it's like this. It's like that. So like you're coming in here, you're driving around here, and then the hill goes up like this. So at least air can move around versus trying to think. Where the Pikes pad is, outside of Newtown, when you go around the Pikes pad, the last time I was there, you go to that well all the way on the end. That last well sits off in a little valley like this. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Anytime it's a location that I got to go down into, and then and it's like a bowl like that, I'm not taking a chance with those. But they'll usually be marked. But always keep your monitor close to up here. Don't keep your monitor on your hard hat. Don't keep your monitor down by your ankle or your boots or nothing like that. Keep your monitor up here, because this is where your breathing area space is. So as you're moving, you're bending down, you're standing up. You know, just this is the best place for your monitor to be, somewhere near your chest, where you're breathing the air. What else?
Yeah, we got that manly motherfucker out here too.
One breath death video. Like, I've done that video probably 3, 4, maybe 5 times, because I've just been to so many wells. By the time I had done that video, I just knew to stand downwind. I could go up there a million times. I can go up there without a mask. Just, I know what I'm doing, man. I wouldn't say that to anybody who's not experienced and don't know what they're doing. I always pay attention to the windsock every single time. You can turn that engine brake off there, buddy. But I wouldn't advise any of you guys to do it. And me personally, I wouldn't do it now. I'd do it after I get back into a rhythm and I get the feel of back to doing it again, and I would go back to my normal successful routine. And Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. Your company you work for is going to supply all of your stuff. If they don't, 1, that's a red flag. 2, they have to do that. They have to supply you with your PPE. That's your company that you work for's responsibility, unless you're 1099 or something. I think that's different because you're a contractor. But if you're W2, you're their employee. They have to supply you with that. I don't remember what this guy's name is at Purity. There was something that happened where a new guy started working there, and they told him that he had to buy his own H2S monitor or something like that. Somebody told him he had to buy his own H2S monitor and something else, which I started working before he did. I'm like, no, you don't. They give you all that stuff. Well, like, he was like, no, they changing a policy where they no longer supply the PPE. You have to buy the PPE yourself. I can't. Was it Mike? Because he always had dip like right here in the front of his mouth, and he was like, yeah, you have to. You have to supply your own PPE. And Mike was like, no, like, that's against the law. They have to supply that. The law says that they have to supply your personal protective equipment. And they didn't go to court over it, but they had got some signatures together over this, which it was stupid, man. They should have never done it. But Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. Whatever company you go work for, they're gonna supply your bibs for the winter. Now, depending on how the company does it, they may not give you an FR bib set, which is a jacket and the overalls. They may give you extra coveralls, because usually if they're buying you new stuff, they're going to do that for somebody, like, once you've been there for a minute, like once you've been there the past 6 months or a year, that's when they're going to foot the bill on that stuff. Or they may give you some used ones to tide you over until you've been there 6 months or whatever. Or your company may just supply you with all of it, period. It just kind of depends on on your company. What else is on here? Tanker Monkey, man. God bless, man. God bless you, bro. Just, man, you hang in there, man. Otis Harris, you said you're living in Mississippi right now. Otis Harris, where in Mississippi? Where are you at in Mississippi? And as far as like personal clothing to wear in North Dakota, get it from Walmart. Get it from the Walmart in that area of upper North Dakota. Their winter stuff that they sell up there, it blows away this garbage they sell down here. I went to Walmart here in Pennsylvania because they had it was like a Wrangler, you know those Carhartt, it's almost like canvas. It was like a Wrangler vest, and I liked it because it had the 2 pockets, so you know, boom, stick my phone right there. My phone goes off, I can hear it. But the inside was like the inside was like wind pans, and it wasn't made real good. The outside was pretty solid, but the inside was made so cheap. I'm like, man, I don't want to spend my money on this, because dude, even the pockets were made of that same thing, and I'm looking at the pockets like, man, I'm gonna stick my hand in these pockets and it's gonna end up tearing or like easily getting a hole. If they had made it like solid, like if you ever bought a Carhartt, like Carhartt is good quality stuff, or Dickies is good quality stuff. Even Dickies hoodies, like they make good quality stuff that'll last. The Dickies sweatshirts and Dickies jackets, the jackets are gonna shrink, so get you a size bigger and wash it in hot water one time. The sucker gonna shrink or whatever. Why are you parking like that, bro? No, man, don't leave. Damn. Somebody else just get there. Anyway, I wish they made it better, because I really want me a vest, but I want like a good quality zip up vest that has like a cell phone pocket that's up here, at least one or one on both sides. It was made the way I wanted, but it was just made too cheaply, and I could look at it and tell like this is just gonna be, it's just gonna get thrown away. Let's keep going with the comments. Otis Harris, as far as the boots go, it depends, because companies aren't supplying boots. They'll tell you that you got to get your own steel toe. Some companies, usually this is going to depend on the size of the company. Let's see, Calfrac gave a discount, or you get if you're up there in Williston, Halliburton, I think Neighbors, Calfrac, Liberty, you get a 10 or 15% discount. Go to Home of Economy, tell them where you work at, and you get a discount on, you know, your FR stuff. I don't know if your discount is on anything you buy in the store, but I know I got a discount with Patriot, and I got a discount with Calfrac. I also got a Halliburton discount, but that's a different conversation. But yeah, some companies will give you a discount, some companies will buy you boots, because if I remember correctly, Purity used to, they gave you the boots, but they took the boots out your check, but they gave you everything else. Like at Purity, as a water hauler, they gave us a bag to put all the fittings in, and you got the bag. You got another like bag with like simple tools like a hammer, the vice grips, a screwdriver, and like something else has some other stuff. You know, like little small stuff. You know, you keep for your truck. You know, rubber grommets for your glad hand seals, stuff like that. So they gave you a little toolbox, a little toolkit with that stuff in it. That was free for you to use, but you had to give it back at whatever point you no longer worked at. Your bag of fittings, you had to give it back up until the point that you no longer work. I know he don't have that. Ain't no point in me even asking him. But they would also give you a bag that had all your fittings that you would need from your 3 down to 1. Because sometimes we would go do injection work, and we would have to do some 1-inch stuff, but they would usually tell us that, hey, you know, you're going to go do injection stuff, so you need to get some 1-inch lines from such and such. Other than that, 3-inch, 2-inch is what you would carry all the time. I'm trying to make sure, wait, 4-inch. Or it depends. Like if you have your short pup coming off where your hose would turn, so you have your fitting going on to the tank. Your short pup, they call that something else, but I'm not gonna call it that. And then your filter sock, your sight glass will be there, and then your long hose. And some people did it differently, where they would have a short hose to your sight glass and then a long hose, because that gave you more hose to flex coming off the back, and then your sight glass would almost come up to where your hose goes on to your back onto your tank tray. So some people set it up that way. So 2 long 4 inches, 2 long 3 inches, 2 long 2 inches, pretty much. An extra long 3-inch, that's pretty much about all the hose you really gonna use. Unless they tell you, okay, you need to take extra hoses because they're doing a pipeline and you're having to go from one side of the location where you parked at, because you can't actually get the truck over to where you're going to be pulling or dumping the water from. So keep that stuff in mind. But they usually do a pretty good job of telling you. But once you get to hauling water, you'll kind of start going through enough scenarios where, oh, okay, I need to carry extra hose just in case. You know, I need to make sure I have an extra fitting for this situation. Because I had 2 bags of fittings. Because I had the bag that they gave me, which I took to my garage, and then the other bag I just asked them for an extra bag, because people were always leaving fittings places, and anytime we went somewhere, somebody left a fitting, I would get it. If I saw that fitting laying there, it was mine. I would wait, like, okay, if nobody comes over here to get it, by the time I finish unloading, that sucker's mine. Unless it was like screwed into a tank, it was mine. So some of you guys' fittings, that's where they went to. Pay a Purity Oilfield Services has them. Where were we? Give me a second to finish getting to you guys' comments. And Otis Harris, appreciate that, man. Thank you for Otis Harris, Tanker Monkey, Henry Bob Swokers. Who else was here? HMK Patterson, Neighbors, Cyclone, Precision, yeah, Tanker Monkey. Yeah, as far as I know, man, all the companies are hiring. Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. Everybody's hiring. And I was saying this, man. I was saying this like way back in the fall, man. Like, the fall is the time to get off in it. That way, you get an early experience of going through the winter, seeing how stuff is done in the winter. And I've already said this early in the video. What is the weather in North Dakota like right now? Come on, AccuWeather. You acting slow. Williston, North Dakota. Today is Wednesday. It is currently -2 and -2 in the daytime, -14 at night. Tomorrow's gonna warm up to 18. So it's gonna warm up. It's gonna warm up. And you know what? Looking at this, looking at all that right there, that kind of says that this is gonna be a mild winter. The like the winter started off like a kind of heavy, but it's looking like the winter's turning out to be alright. Cause it's supposed to be in the 20s, it's supposed to be in the 20s, the 30s, supposed to be going up to 42, dipping back down to the 16s and the single digits at night. Hey, that's a run it all day long. But that -30 stuff, I'm telling you, bro, if you've never experienced something like that, that is a different ball game. That is a different ball game. Back to the comments. I'll get closer to the bottom as we keep going. Trying to make sure I don't miss nobody. We talked about the boots. Tanker Market says they're all hiring. Yeah, I've seen salaries in the oil field on Indeed, $26 an hour. Is that good? Yeah, $26 an hour is that good. What company do you suggest? Sounds like starting pay without per diem. Tiger Monkey is absolutely right. Because you gotta look at it. You don't have no experience, so by average, everybody's gonna try to lowball you. By average, everybody's gonna try to lowball you. $18, $20 an hour, but then if you throw per diem off in it, that bumps you up to like 25, 26. And that's whether it's $25 a day per diem would bump that up a couple dollars. And it's not like frac. Frac, depending on how the contract is with the company, it would either be the hours that they are billed or a prorated number of hours. Like with the wave systems, like they're hiring. They said 17-hour days. You get paid for 17-hour days. But you're working a 12-hour day, but you may be 12, travel an hour to work, hour from work. That's 14 hours. Or you may be farther out. You may be going from Williston to Stanley. That's an hour and some change to get to Stanley from Williston, depending on who's driving, what the weather conditions are, what the road conditions are, and which way they go. Whether they go 1804 to get to Stanley, or they go 2 to get to Stanley, and how far they're off of 2 or 1804 to get back off in there to where the well is. So all of that stuff kind of adds up. $26 an hour, yeah. And you add in the housing that you're not paying for on the days that you're working. You're 14 on, 7 off, which is your 3 weeks each month. Your 21 days each month that you're working. You have a place to stay. Even though you're going to be working most of the time, you have a place to stay during that time. Yep. And I just saw that if it's $26 an hour, Otis Harris, they're offering you $26 an hour, and you're getting $35 a day per diem. Jump on it. And you say you don't have any oil field experience, jump on it. And if this is in drilling, make sure drilling is what you want to do. Yep, Tanker Monkey. Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. You can make $5K a month in 2 weeks, easy. DJ Pete, hey guys, hey Tanker Monkey. Otis Harris, okay, is that 5K after taxes? Hold on a minute. And that's the thing, I don't know if drilling is like that. I know frac is billed, some fracs are billed on a prorated number of hours. Some of them aren't. And I think drilling somewhere, I did this as straight time and I didn't do it as overtime, but that's 48.58. So that's $4,800. So that's easily $5 grand. That's $5 grand without even trying. So you'll gross somewhere above $5,500, maybe $6,000. Like I said, I didn't add overtime in it. But since you guys are watching, we can knock that out real quick. 12 hours a day times 26 is $312 plus 35, that's $347. That's if everything goes according to plan on a 12-hour day. It may be longer than a 12-hour day. You may get billed for a 14-hour day, but we're just gonna do it off of 12 hours a day. So that's $347. Actually, you know what? Hold on. 40 times 26. $1,040 plus 4 days. 4 times 35. That's $1,180. That's $1,180, and that's just on your 40 hours that you work at that $26 an hour, at a flat $26 an hour, $35 for 4 days of $35 per diem. Go look. Yep. Look back at my history just to be sure. Then let's say you're gonna work. Let's say you're gonna work your entire hitch of 14 days. We'll just do it that way. 14 days. So that 1180 times 2, 2360. Now we're gonna do the overtime. 12. And your overtime at 12, 7 days a week, is going to be 84 hours. 84 times 2, 168 hours total. Of that 168 hours, you're going to subtract 88 hours. So your overtime is going to be 88 hours times 26, 36, $39. $39, $3,432. And what was the other one? $23.60 plus $23.60. Yep. Like I said, before I even did it all on the calculator, about $5,700. That's gonna be about your gross. 5,700 is about what you're gonna gross. And it even said that in the waves thing. It said 5,900 or something like that. 5,900, $6,000, something like that. So you're looking good over there, Classic Peterbilt. I like that setup you got. $5,700 is about where you're gonna be at, and that would be your big check, your small check, which and it also depends on how they put time in, whether you're getting, whether time is going in. Okay, if they put the time in on a Tuesday, so you're not gonna get Sunday, Monday of hours if the time goes in on Tuesday. And I don't know if it goes in at midnight on Tuesday. That means Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then your overtime won't start until you get 40 hours from Tuesday. So all of that stuff makes a difference when it comes to working in the oil field and how they're saying that they're going to pay you. So keep that stuff in mind when they're explaining, okay, time goes in on this time at this day. The best way is that time goes in on midnight Saturday, 12 o'clock. Like that's the end of the week. So it's 7 days regardless. Versus, I'm not getting into that. But $5,700, $5,800 with what you said that you were making at $26 an hour, $35 a day per diem. Actually, let me back up. Because I forgot. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I forgot to add something in there. Trying to think how to, because I didn't put, let me see. Okay, I put the per diem for your 80 hours for the 14, but I didn't put the per diem for, so it's $57.92 is what you're gonna be grossing, plus your $35 a day for your overtime days. That's what I didn't put in there. I didn't think about that for a minute, like, wait a minute, $35 a day per diem, I'm missing something. So that's 8 plus 8 times 35. $6,000. 6,000. Wait, hold on. 6,000. And if you look at Wave System, that frac company that's hired up in Williston, North Dakota, that's about the same thing that they make, with them getting paid $25. My bad, with them getting $25 a day per diem at $18 an hour, but they're getting billed for 17 hours. So, if you understand what I'm talking about, just leave me a comment, let me know. So it kind of balances out. So keep that stuff in mind if you're going to go work in the oil field. I don't know how Texas does it, but that's kind of a common thing in North Dakota, depending on where you're working at. And Tanker Monkey, like I said, Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. You can make $5K a month. So that would be your big check. Would be that 57, 6,000. Let's say between 5 and 6 would be your big check. Your small check would be 25, $2,800 after taxes. Cause your small check is usually going to be just about half of that. Now that would be gross. You will be grossing that. I don't have that. I used to have an app on my phone, paycheck calculator, but I don't have it anymore. Or it might be on this phone. It might be on this phone. But anyway, y'all ain't that interested. Paycheck. I'll be doggone. I still got this on here. Network is not available. Please try again. Okay. Oh, that's not gonna work. But yeah, after taxes, $6,000, you're taking home 38, 43, 45, depending on what your tax situation is. So in all, you're probably grossing 7,000 to 8,000 for the month. 7,000 to 8,000 for the month is probably what you're going to be grossing. You're probably going to be taking home 5 to 6. That's after taxes. 5 to 6 after taxes. But like I said, all that stuff's going to really depend on you, how your company's paying, and how their hours and all that. You know how all that stuff is adding up. If you're going to go work at CalFrac, you're going to go work at drilling. Learn as much as you possibly can. Try your best to absorb as much as you possibly can and learn as much as you possibly can, and get a good feel. Get a good feel for what you're doing, how the oil field works, and learn how stuff is connected. Learn where mud goes into it. You know how mud works. Water, the weights of water, you know, all of that different kinds of stuff like that. Learn as much as you possibly can about the oil field. I'm trying to think what else, since we're talking about drilling. As you get to working in drilling, you might come to find out that drilling ain't what you want to do. But it's a great opportunity to get into the oil field. If you're later on in life, you need to leave that alone. Let some younger guy go chase that drilling life. Go chase that oil rig. Want to work on an oil rig? Let them go chase that. What else? If you're out of state, get good CPA, right? Turn off and get that tax money back. Yep, Tanker Monkey is absolutely right. Get you a certified public accountant, certified personal accountant, and get all that stuff written off. Otis, you said you from Jackson, Mississippi, man. Dude, I do pass through Jackson. We're gonna try and get together and make a short film about life in Jackson. Remember I said that, in case I forget. So Otis Harris, when this live video is over, leave a comment on the actual video, not on the live video feed. Or leave, I don't know which email is attached to this YouTube channel. Dude, do not hit my truck, man. Dude, do not hit my truck, bro. Do not hit my truck, man. I can't see what you're doing over there, bro. I can't see what you're doing over here, bro. But you look like you real close, man. You look like you real close, bro. And like, that's why nobody been parked right there, bro. Like, man, what the? Hold on a minute, man. Okay, you good. You good. You're good. I think he got it. This is the main thing. Just don't hit my truck, bro. Don't do whatever you want, man. Just don't hit my truck. And it look like you getting closer and closer, bro. Like you getting closer and closer, man. Yeah. Hold up. way too close to my truck. Just don't hit my truck, bro. We good. You just don't hit my truck, man. We good. Now start turning. Start turning it. 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 Stop coming back straight and start turning it. You don't know what you're doing, bro. Cause I ain't getting out, bro. You a truck driver, you got this. But you had no business messing with that parking spot. You need to start turning, bro. Cause you physically hit this other dude's truck, bro. He said, hey. You physically hit this dude's truck, bro. Nigga, you hit this dude's truck. You physically hit my truck. Yeah, he ain't gonna let him. Damn, bro. I don't know what to say, cause you can't get in there with that. Cause this dude he can't get into the spot with his separated tandem, like the way his tandems is, and they don't slide, so he can't get into that. He can't get into that space. But cause he was sure trying, but luckily he didn't hit that dude's truck. Cause there was no way for him to get in that space without him hitting that truck, bro. There was no way he was getting into that. Cause he was clear on my side, but he couldn't get into that space without hitting this other truck. If his tandems would have like slid, he could have got into that space because he could have just brought it back. But he couldn't get the trailer. He couldn't get out far enough to get the trailer to come back, like I can with a dry van, because my tandems are together. But his on the flatbed, they didn't slide, and they're like this, so you can't turn as much as you want to. Somebody else seen the parking spot. I'm like, he just wasn't getting into it. I think an experienced truck driver probably would have got it off you know. I think okay, nothing but Mustangs. What is that? GTC Mach 1, 5.0, Mach 1. Okay. But anyway. Because normally I would have never said nothing to nobody about nobody backing up or nothing. But that dude, he was taking way too much time, and he was inching back, and he never got out and looked at his truck. So I'm like, man, this dude, man, he gonna hit somebody. But well, let me give me a second so we can get back to where. Give me a second so we can get back to what we were last talking about before that happened. Otis Harris, man. The rain had already left out of Mississippi, right? And it should be on its way up here either this coming up Thursday or something. Hey, Timothy Fritz, what's up, man? What is up, Timothy Fritz? And every time I see that last name, I keep thinking of John Fritz's brother out of Collegeville. Every time I see that name, I think of Fritz, but Fritz's name is spelled different, and your last name is Fritz. Nice to see you as always. Your input in very valuable question. Do you think the oil industry in North Dakota will get going out again, or when? Dude, Timothy, man, the oilfield been going for a minute. It's been rolling good and consistent for what, a year or so, plus some change. Trying to think what else. If I haven't answered anything, trying to make sure I'm thinking about anything else that may come up. We talked about trucking. From my last live video that I did, how much battery almost charged? From my last live video that I did, when I'm so happy it's a bobtail next to me now. That's why I didn't want that other guy to leave, but because I knew, okay, somebody's coming in here with a trailer. Because you could get in that spot with a driver in, because he left out of it with a driver in, the guy that was next to me. My last live video, I was coming across Tennessee. I ran into the snow, and I would have kept driving, but like I said, I was talking to my brother about it. It was just too many cars, and it was Friday night, and I forget what time of day it was, but I know I drove from the day into the night. And the cars just never stop coming, man. The cars just never stop coming. Give me a second. Oh, give me a second. You're not too old to go to the 39. Otis Harris, the 39, bro. You can go do fracking. You can go do drilling. You just need to understand that that's some high work. And I don't want you to be thinking that it's something that it ain't. It's some work. If you work with experienced people, it's gonna be less work on you. But if you're getting with a new crew, something like that, and they have fewer experienced guys, there's a greater chance of you possibly getting hurt. There's a greater chance of you possibly hurting someone else, because
Hey, fellas, this radio getting out okay?
hell yeah, what kind of radio you got, man? Because you are crystal clear.
Driver, it's a cover 19 with a power mic.
Hey man, is there a CD shop around, a CB shop around here?
That's who you're talking to, driver.
Oh, you at a CB shop?
I'm at it right now at the ACT. I gotta answer a call. I'll be right back.
All right. Hell yeah. Damn, I can't leave. Damn. I was thinking about that too. Is there a CB shop around? I could drop my trailer and go over there. So I want to know where you at, cause I come up here to Hagerstown probably almost once a week. I come up here. I do that south, Hagerstown, either go back west, come back east, and then go south. That's usually rounding out my week. If it wasn't for the fact that this load delivered tomorrow, I would have got this load off today, and then already had another load set up to pick up today, and I'll be driving right now. But I'm trying to think what else. What we just talking about? Make sure I got my radio so I can hear this dude when he come back on. But is 39 too old to work in the oil field? No. At 39, I would hope that you had already been in the oil field by 35, age 35, so you could have a good 5-year run. Because I can say that I had a good 6-year run from 2014, my first time getting into
That's all I was calling about the radio shop. You got a copy?
Yeah. Where you located at?
Yeah, where are you right now?
I'm at the Pilot.
The pilot at exit 24?
Yeah, right here in Hagerstown.
Right, but at exit 24 on 70, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're over at exit 5 on 81. You go one exit east to 81, go 81 north, one exit to 5 feet. That'll bring you around to where the other pilot is, but we're down at the ACT truck stop, right across the way. We're up in the upper parking lot to the right, right across the sign where the Super 8 Hotel sign is.
Wait a minute, the Super 8 that's up here on the hill, on the other
No, it's me and the 3 other customers I got sitting here next to me. Smarties. Driver, if you're talking about, yes, you're right across the street at the pilot at exit 5B. You need help. Your signal's not as strong as it could be, not even close.
what time do y'all close?
We leave at 6 o'clock. We stop servicing radios at 5:30.
Cause I don't deliver until 1 o'clock tomorrow, so I can come over there tomorrow.
25, I'll see you up there.
Okay. And I'll be there in the morning.
test driver. We're right across the street from you. You're at exit 5B.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I'll be there. I'll be over there in the morning. I don't want to leave my spot right now because somebody's gonna get it.
Okay.
And thank you, man. Thank you. I really been needing my some stuff done on my radio.
We'll take care.
Yes. Finally, it works out. Man, I've been trying to get some radio stuff done, man. This radio sucks, bro. This radio sucks balls. Anyway, what are we talking about? Okay. 39, like I was saying, from 2014 to 2014, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
It's working, driver. I don't know where you are, but it's working.
You see that? He just heard somebody. I can hear him. I can't hear what they're saying to him at all.
Where you at? Over where?
See?
Greg Maven. Stay up channel 25. I'll see you up there.
Yeah, I can hear him because he's like, he's somewhere close enough to where I will be able to see him, because that's as far as I can see people with my as far as I can hear people on my radio.
Hey, take it up to channel 25.
Yeah, like I can't hear. Yeah. I'm gonna go over 25 real quick. But yeah, I'll turn my radio off for a minute because I ain't no telling where that conversation with them was about to go. Yeah, so I had a good 6-year run in the oil field, and I can clearly say I know what I had before I went to the oil field. Oh, this cuatro cinco seis. I sextupled what I first went to the oil field with, plus change. And it can easily be done. If you working in the oil field, this is my opinion, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it. You go up to North Dakota, you work in the oil field. After 1 year, you should have $20,000 to $25,000 sitting in a bank if you ain't doing nothing with it. Ain't no excuse. If you have a CDL, and like I said, your first year, I'm not gonna count your partial year, so you start in March or May or April, whatever. I'm not gonna count that year. But your first full year, you have a CDL, at the end of that year, you better have $25,000, or you need to reevaluate what you're doing in the oil field. Other people may feel differently about it. I am a single person. You, Otis Harris, you go work in the oil field for a year, like 1 whole year. That year better get you $25,000 that you got sitting away. I ain't even talking about what you didn't spend. I ain't talking about what you didn't invested in something else. I ain't talking about what else you didn't save. After 1 calendar year, you better have $25,000. You better have $20,000 to $25,000. Without even trying, you better have that shit after a year. Like I'm not being nice. I'm not being friendly. You better have that after one calendar year, or you need to start re-looking at what you're doing in the oil field. And then after that year, and you have that 25,000, you need to reevaluate your effort going out versus what you have coming in. If it is not adding up, you need to readjust some stuff. Just other people may see it differently. Like I said, looking at it from a single person's perspective, my first 6 months I went to the oil field. Yep. After a year, there ain't no excuse. I can tell you, don't. Some companies are alright if the benefits that they offer you are more important than the pay. But try to find the balance of who is paying the most and who has the best benefits, whether you want okay, I would never go work at Period again. Period. I would never go back to go work at Period. It would never happen. And there's no galaxy, there's no timeline in the multiverse where that happens. Purity was a great opportunity, and even working there, I was still able to accomplish that exact same goal. It took longer, which is another reason why I couldn't stay there. Because like I said, after a year, 6 months to a year, I'm doing a reevaluation. Okay, is this adding up? Is this the effort going out versus what's coming in? And you have to do the same thing if you're going to go do drilling, frack, wireline, coil tubing, hauling water, hauling sand. Is what's going out equal or greater to what's coming in? So that's how I look at the oil field. That's how I evaluate it. Being an owner-operator is a fun thing. Being an owner-operator cannot, period. Nothing can, as far as anything, nothing can void that rule of what's going out versus what's coming in. That ratio can't go down. It can go up. It can plateau. It can level. It just can't go down. So that's how I view working in the oil field. I would tell anybody else it's a great philosophy to look at it. That's why I say once you get up to a certain age, frack ain't worth that risk of you hurting your back. Because you hurt your back is always going to be hurting. It's always going to hurt, get tweaked, or give out at the most inopportune times. It's like back, knees, and neck. Those are things that will just plague you, and they will ail you for the rest of your life. So you really have to be careful about what you're going to go do, and then taking that exact same money and then putting that money into something that makes more money for you. Have your money work for you. Hell, man, dividend and this is not it. How's that book at? Dividend investment. That's why I like E-Trade. E-Trade has a lot of good information on it. Some platforms are good to they're good to trade and sell, but then some platforms give you give you more information than what you would use or know to use or would know is available to you. That's one thing I like about E-Trade. But try the different platforms, see what you like, see which ones have what you're looking for. I use my stocks portfolio. You can find it on the Google Play Store, and I've got a list of stuff. I've got a whole list of. This list is actually bigger on this phone than it is on the phone that I'm communicating with y'all on, because this is like my fantasy draft. What's on the other phone is actual. It is what I am buying, selling, holding, watching, and doing stuff with. What's on this phone is fantasy, keeping up with, watching trends of stuff for future options in the future. So that's kind of where I've always done it. Now I could do all of it with one, but I like to have one phone that just has stuff pertaining to what I'm actually doing with it, and then this one to kind of just fool around and look at a lot of different stuff, like from Oilfield stuff, because I have less Oilfield stuff on here than what I used to, and now there's more stuff that's geared more towards dividend returns. And then from that dividend return list, along with because I have long-term stuff on here too, I have short-term stuff on here. So I have stuff that I'm looking at in the short term, but I'm not messing with none of it. It's just to look at it, watch it, and then as the market fluctuates and goes up and down, I'm looking at, okay, which one fits this scenario for the next month, for the next 2 months and stuff. I got off on a wild tangent, man. I don't know what we were last talking about. Otis House, you said you were 39, bro. You can still do it at 39. Just be careful, watch yourself. If you haven't been active, I would say start working out, start going to the gym, clean and jerks, deadlifts, overhead shoulder presses, and light squats. Just 10, 20 a day, a couple sets of those 10 to 20 a day, especially if you're going into frac and drilling, because drilling, sometimes it's some work, sometimes it's not. I haven't done drilling, but I can tell you from frac, you need to be prepared the days that you're working, and you need to go get some massages and stuff during some of those days. And on your off days, you need to go get you a massage, and don't just do nothing on your off days. Otherwise, it's getting back into a routine once your hitch starts again. So that's something to keep in mind, bro. And hold on. Hold on just a minute. Excuse me. Trying to think. What else? What else? What else? Clarence Pugh. Hey man, for all you guys watching this, Clarence Pugh, man, I'm happy you asked me that question. Clarence Pugh asked me, how much do you recommend having put back for starting your own truck business? Bruh, I was thinking about this because me and this guy got into a conversation when I picked this load up yesterday. And he does van, like he has his own authority. He hauls with a van. And he said BMW M4D1. Damn, that Mustang car haul been here this whole time. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. Clarence Pugh, how much do you recommend having put back for starting your own truck business? Clarence Pugh, are you still watching this? If you are, and if any of you guys are still watching this, thank you, Clarence Pugh. Says that you're still watching this. Here's some stuff to think about. Are you going to be in trucking for the next 2 to 3 years for sure? Do you know you are going to be in trucking for the next? Do you know for a fact that you're going to be in trucking for the next 2, at least 3 years? If the answer to that is yes, you're going to be in trucking for the next 2, 3, especially 5 years. You're gonna make a good 5-year run. However much money you spend on your truck, you need to have that same amount of money put back. There's nothing wrong with buying older equipment. You need to buy older equipment that somebody has taken care of. If they ain't took care of it, Chasing Andrew Jackson made a good point. He said he was talking about when you going to get a cheaper truck, because this truck was not a cheaper truck, but this truck was the best price truck that had the exact same options. This truck had less miles. This truck was in the year range that I wanted. This truck has now, and had then, all of the original everything. The only thing this truck didn't have when I got it was the cabinets that are behind here, because it had a refrigerator and a microwave and the inverter. But this truck has everything factory. If you get a truck from somebody, pieces of the dash is missing. There's no door on the there's no glove box door. Pieces of this stuff is missing. You kind of have to tear a truck up to get a truck like that. Otherwise, by average, you know, this stuff is gonna be in here. And on top of that, like I have one gauge that doesn't work, and that doesn't work. It drives me nuts because I want that gauge to work. And that's another thing. I have a truck that has a lot of gauges, so I can watch stuff. If I see something that's not in its normal range, I get suspicious. Why? Why is it like that? What's going on? You know, maybe I need to go investigate something. So, try my best to answer what you're asking as clear and concise as I possibly can. However much money you spend on your truck, make sure you have that same amount of money to buy that truck back again. If you buy a $10,000 truck and that $10,000 truck needs work, and you know that $10,000 truck needs work, you may need enough money to buy that truck back twice. So you may need $20,000. But if you get a truck and that truck runs good and that truck makes you the truck net, that truck nets you that $10,000 back, awesome. You've made that $10,000, and that has to be a net $10,000 of profit. That's after you done paid your personal bills, you done paid for your insurance, you done paid for this, you done paid for that, you done paid for that. And you said you want to spend $20,000 to $25,000 for a truck. Awesome. I wish you had bought that truck before the coronavirus stuff. Cause homie, right now, bruh, right now, I'm thinking about selling my truck just because the prices of these trucks are ridiculous. And you made a video. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Andrew made a video about this. That's why I had made a video about it, because I was thinking about it, but he beat me to it. If you look in the truck paper, this front page ain't on here. If you look in the truck paper, if any of you have ever been looking at the truck paper over a period of time, if any of you guys have ever been looking at the truck paper over a period of time, you will notice that in the truck paper, they don't have those cheaper trucks that they used to have in here. And I noticed that looking through here. And I'm looking at these trucks, bro. And it done got to a point, I don't even look at the truck paper no more. As far as the price of trucks goes, I don't look in here no more. It's a waste of time. Now, a trailer, maybe. But the price of these, are you serious? Like, this stuff's a joke. So, there are great deals out here on trucks. You're gonna have to go network. You're gonna have to go talk to people. Facebook. Dude, I'm trying to find, because the price that you said, I'm trying to find some. Ain't nothing in here, bro. Ain't nothing in here. Ain't nothing in here. He said, hey, look. You tell me. This is in Greenville, South Carolina. You tell me. It's $19.99. Hopefully you can see that. This $19.99 Kenworth day cab with 1,000,000 miles on it is $47,000. This same truck before the coronavirus hit with 1,000,000 miles on it. This same truck was probably 25, 20, at the most 30. So, dude, I ain't putting that information out there. That'll come in time. I'm not gonna start talking about what I want to start talking about until it is complete, legit, a done deal, and it is to my standards the way that I want it to be, and it is prepared to make money. So that situation I'm not gonna talk about, and I'm not talking about until, dude, you're gonna have to get you a truck from somebody. Just make sure they done took care of it. If they don't have no receipts, you can't believe nothing they say. If I came to you and told you that I'm selling you this truck and I don't have no receipts for maintenance, something that's an automatic $10,000 to $15,000 off whatever price I'm talking about. All because I can't see how I don't. Homie, if I pay for it, if I buy it, I've got a receipt for it. I don't care what it is. I buy it out here on this road, it goes into this pile for this week. Or if I'm running 2 weeks together, all of that's going together. I'm gonna have a bunch of receipts for every single week, every single day. If it gets bought, I'm getting a receipt. I've had to go back into the truck stop because I done forgot a receipt. I done had to print receipts out and go look up something for $3 online because I want to make sure I got all of it. So when I do my taxes at the end of the year, every single dollar is accounted for. That's why I don't have a CPA. I'm gonna keep a tracking all of it, and I'm gonna go read and find out what's available to me. All right, man, look. This truck has more miles on it than my truck. This truck has more miles. Same year as my truck. Same motor. My truck's a 500 horsepower. This is a 475. This is a 10-speed. My truck's a 18. This truck has 1,012,000 miles. I ain't even gotta look at that. My truck has, according to this, the same miles as that. But I know my truck has 800,000 miles. 800,000 miles on it because my truck had some work done to it. And when the work was done to it, my truck had 707,000 miles. The work was done to it, and my mileage wasn't the same. So my mileage is off by 280,000 miles. My truck has 800 some thousand number of miles on my truck. That is the actual number of miles on my truck that I can trace through all of the paperwork back from before I bought my truck, from when my truck was brand new, all the way. I can trace all of the paperwork, receipts, all the way back to that mileage and prove the mileage that's on my truck. That's why paperwork and receipts are a must. Otherwise, somebody could say they could do anything they want to. That's nice. I ain't trying to hit it. But this truck says $48,500. That truck right there, where it says It says International 9900 10 speed for $48,000. That's why I don't even look at truck paper no more. And to be honest, spring of last year, that was the last time that I really looked in truck paper for something. When I was looking for dry vans, that was the last time that I actually looked in truck paper for something. I'm gonna get to your comments in a minute, but since I didn't got to looking in here, ain't nothing in here. Dude, even the Pro Stars with the Max Force. Pro Stars with the, where them at? Cause me and this other owner operator was talking about this. He said that he knows of fleets that have started buying back their old trucks instead of getting new trucks. Because it's cheaper for them to keep the trucks that they were going to trade in or get the trucks that they were going to trade in back and just keep running them. I'm looking for a Pro Star. Because I saw 18, but it was like $90,000. Crazy. And don't want no classic truck. Don't want no Kenworth. Oh, you out here walking for exercise. You go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. That's how you do it. I ran up them steps, man. I ran back down. Let me get back to y'all comments. You know, when you buying a good used truck, when you take a mechanic to go look at it, you take somebody with you to go look at it, and you have them, hey, you know, these prices are ridiculous. The day cabs are going for sleeper truck prices, and the sleeper trucks I'm not even commenting on. A 2020 Peterbilt 389 with $250,000. Man, go to get familiar with the trucking industry. Get familiar with trucks. Get familiar with, you know, get familiar with what Cummins makes. Get familiar with what Caterpillar makes. Get familiar with what Detroit makes. Like Chase and Andrew Jackson said, because I don't think I'd ever really seen a Mercedes motor until, you know, like he was talking about it, and then he showed it to me, and I got to looking at him like wait a minute, man, that's a Detroit. It's a Detroit with a Mercedes badge. That's all it is. Now, if you notice, it's hard to find the Mercedes trucks. Like, you used to see them all the time. But then I think people caught on to it. It's a Detroit. That's all it is. But get you a mechanic, get you somebody that you know, man, that can go look at that truck. What Clarence Pugh, man, where you at? See, now this is what I'm talking about. Now these right here, now this is kind of in that price range. Well, at least one of them is. Sauter Family Enterprise is $19,000 for a 2000 Freightliner FLD 120 Detroit diesel, manual engine brake, 285. So it's got 24 and a half tires on it. It's over a million miles. Needs some TLC runs and drives. For 19, 2000. Probably want to try to talk them down to 10. Because unless a truck has been taken Alabama, hey man, you're gonna have plenty of deals over there in Alabama. The thing is, knowing it's a good deal, and one, either if you, I'm not a mechanic, but I've been around trucks enough to know, okay, something that's halfway solid by my experience. But the more I'm gonna spend or invest in it, I'm gonna have to go get somebody else to go look at it. But if it's something that's straightforward, okay, it's this price. I'm looking at it. I know the motor's worth this much, the transmission's worth this much, the rear end, the parts, the cab, this is worth this much. So you don't want to get a dud. You don't want to get a bad truck. You just want to get a good solid truck that's going to allow you to make your money back. 20 to 25. 20 to 25. Okay, hold on a minute. When you say that, okay, so 20 to 25 to spend on the truck, and then you got another 20 to 25 to get everything going, to have something to fall back on in case that truck needs some engine work, that truck needs some transmission work, something like that. But if you're saying, okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, you got what you said times 2. You good. Technically, you can't go wrong. You just need a good truck. You should be able to find in Alabama them Freightliner Columbias, the Freightliner Centuries, and you in Alabama. Well, where 45 runs north and south. West Point. Hold on a second. West Point. Because you might find you a deal on a lot, but it's hard to tell with a lot, bro. It's one thing if it's a trade-in, you could possibly go talk to whoever traded it in. But really, the best deals is getting it from the person that has maintained it. That's usually the best way to go, because at least they can tell you something. They should be able to tell you, yeah, they had this done, they had that done, they haven't done this, they haven't done that. Like when, like with this truck, he told me how he took care of it, how he maintained his trucks, plural. He told me stuff. He told me and showed me stuff about this truck. He showed me stuff about that vac pump that I didn't know, that he told me. And he gave me some extra parts for that vac pump. West Point's in Mississippi. 45 goes 45 is in Mississippi, goes into Alabama. West Point, where that Loves is, coming down through there. There's a guy on the west side of 85. He got some trucks and stuff sitting over there. I don't know if they for sale though. But anytime you see somebody that's got a number of trucks, 3, 4, 5, hey man, just go talk to them. Just go pick their brain. You'll be surprised if they have a minute. ask them some stuff about trucking, and just listen. Most truck drivers will talk. You ask them about stuff, all you have to do is give them a destination there, and they'll get you there. So what like if they like Cummins, or if they like Caterpillar, or if they like Detroit, what do you like about this motor? And and more than likely they'll go off on a tangent, telling you about this, and this. But to each his own. Some guys like Cat, some guys like Cummins, some guys like Detroit. But whoever takes care of them, maintains them, they're gonna keep running. I've learned that with this truck. With a Cummins ISX, change the oil when this motor tells you to change the oil. Don't do it when somebody else tells you they doing it. Cummins ISX does not like dirty oil. Period. These motors do not like dirty oil. Other people will tell you that, yeah, it's a dirty running truck. Yep, it is. It does not like dirty oil. It does not like soot-filled oil. Freightliner Columbia, or Freightliner Century, Freightliner FLD, FLC, International 92, 9400. The 9200s, I would say get you a 9400 because there's going to be parts for that truck everywhere. And they made so many of them. It would take decades for them to dwindle those numbers down. And you can find you a cheap Columbia, you can find you a cheap Century, you can find you a cheap 9400, and then you can find you another one, and another one, and another one, and they run. That's all you want. You want something dependable that's going to run, that's going to make your money back as fast as you possibly can, so you can decide whether you want to take your foot off the accelerator or you want to keep your foot on the accelerator and keep chasing that money. For me, once I had made the money back that I had spent on this truck times 2, I felt better. I enjoyed trucking more because in the beginning it was like, hey, I ain't going to the house. But then once I satisfied that goal of I have a free truck now, I made the money back that I spent on it times 2. This truck is paid for itself. This is a free truck. Joyride and sucker all I want. But the sucker this thing still keeps making money, so I'm gonna keep on rolling like that. To each his own, man. To each his own. Not International 9400, Freightliner Columbia, Freightliner Century. A Kenworth, you're gonna pay for that name. And I will say from first-hand experience, Kenworths and Peterbilts are better built trucks. Period. But that Freightliner Classic, International 9900, are made to compete with those trucks. But a Peterbilt is a Peterbilt. And if you've ever driven a Peterbilt and you drove a 9900 for 6 months and then you drove that Peterbilt for 6 months, you would know the differences. So keep that stuff in mind. Because I like this truck, and really this truck, the stand-up height in this truck is what sold me. I wanted that. I didn't have to have a condo sleeper. Even now, I don't have to have a condo sleeper. And a condo sleeper isn't necessary, but I've got the space as if I did. And it makes it more comfortable being from Mississippi and I'm over here in Pennsylvania. So, but Facebook, matter of fact, man, since we talking, man, because I do be looking for trying to think if I come across anything close to Alabama, because I know I would look over towards Demopolis. Because if you look over towards Demopolis, you'll usually get that's. Come on now. Give me just a second, man. I'm trying to pull this stuff up so I can show you. Demopolis semi trucks for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And Clarence, man, you gonna be dry van, flatbed, reefer. Man, service is slow over here. Man, I ought to go stay in a hotel. Super 8 right there. Chips. Wood chips? Oh, so you just need you a cheap truck. A cheap truck, you don't really need no big sleeper on it. But that big sleeper does come in handy for resale value. And nah, that ain't the kind of truck. All right, this is an example. This is come on, man. All right, if you go over to Demopolis, I personally wouldn't buy this truck. Man, this stuff is taking forever to load up, bro. A 95 Ford truck. Personally, I wouldn't, but it depends on how well they took care of it. And I'm looking at this truck, and right off the bat, this truck looks like it's been painted, because that white is too white for a 1995 truck. That sucker looked too clean. So what I would like to know is, what kind of work has he done to it, and how easy is it to find parts for a Ford semi truck? And I would like to know, it's 18, because it says on here 18-wheeler tractor truck, have lowboy trailer, will sell with truck. So you get a truck and a trailer for $18,000. It'd be even better deal, you know, if you can talk them down and get a truck and a trailer. Even if you don't use the trailer at the time, you know, you can do something with the trailer, or at least have a trailer. And he said it's a lowboy, so a lowboy, you should be able to get another vehicle of some kind, whether it's a skid steer, loader, something that you can drive up onto it. So that's a plus at the right deal. Oh, it's got an M14. Okay, we might have something with this. That M14 makes this a different conversation now. I didn't know that was on there. You get an M14, but I gotta see what the interior of that truck look like. That's the only thing about that, and that's in Cottondale. So you'll find some deals, man. Just with the price that what you want to spend, make sure you spend it the best way to your advantage, man. Cause it's plenty of stuff out here for 20, but it's a lot. You're gonna run into a lot of stuff that's out here for 20 that ought to be out here for 10 and 5. And it's people out here spit shine and stuff, and man, they got it looking good, man. It sound good, and It's a $5,000 truck. One thing I know for a fact, I will never buy a brand new car, ever. I ain't never spending more than $5,000 for a personal car. It ain't happening. 5, 6, maybe 7 if I really like it. Unless I'm buying something that I've always wanted. Like even my classic cars and stuff that I got. I ain't spent no lot of money for them cars. I got them for the best price that I could get them. And usually I held on to them for a little while, enjoyed it, and then when I was ready to move on, because I wanted to try another classic that I haven't had before or had yet, sell it for more than what I paid for it, and move on. And don't be afraid of Volvos, bro. Volvos ain't bad trucks. It's just it's what's in the Volvo. Like a Volvo with a Detroit, it's like I run all day long. The Volvo, I think it's VL6 something. Those early models, man, those suckers ran, man. They ran them trucks and they still out there running. And also decide whether you must have a condo sleeper, short cab, or I think I've seen this one before. Yeah, because I looked at this truck right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I was like, man, if I'm back out that way, I'm gonna go look at that truck. 97 FLD 120, very clean truck for its age. Sat for a while, but I put a brand new turbo in the radiator, crank cam position sensor and cam position sensor. A Super 10 and an M11 Cummins. That explains why that truck is priced at what it's priced at, because of that M11 Cummins. I know a guy that has an M11 Cummins in his truck, and he has a single axle he hauls cars with, and he said it ain't bad. And that is in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So that's 14. Plus you have some change to put money back into it, put some fuel into it, get filters, all that stuff. Because unless they can show you that they did the oil change recently, you gotta go have all that stuff done. Because you don't know when it was done, but if they can show you that, hey, they did the oil change a month ago, they did it here, they bought the filters here, they kept track of it. Because it's like when the oil change was done on my truck, I noted the mileage of when it was done. But that's not a bad looking truck, and it's at least a good platform to build off of. But I'm going off looking at what I just showed you. I haven't actually went to go look at it myself. But it's a Freightliner FLD with a condo sleeper. And that M11, the M11 Cummins, you just run the heck out of it till you make that money back. And then if you want something with some more power, you just go throw you a Detroit off in there like everybody else doing. I'm gonna save that. If I'm out that way, I'm gonna go look at that truck. But yeah, it's deals out there, man. It's just I'll get carried away looking, because if if it's a deal, it's still a deal. It's just having somewhere to put that deal at until you ready to move forward with it. What? I don't know if this is the kind of truck that you would want. Delanigo, Georgia. Now, personally, I have no problem with these trucks, but once again, it ain't got no 12,000. But that truck don't have stand-up sleeper. And really, those are great flatbed trucks, unless you get the little scoop, the aerodyne scoop to put on the top of it. For 12. And he's got a log truck on the back of it. So in my mind, I'm like, man, because, hey, and it's got an N14 in it. Truck has a rebuilt N14. Show me the paperwork. With 9-speed, I run it every day and will continue to do so. Odometer has 600,000 miles on it. It is air ride with Jake brakes. No trailer does not come with it. It has 6 new tires with 80% tread. I hate that this thing does not have a stand-up sleeper. Or at least a mid-roof, man. Let me show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. I've rode in Peterbilts. I've rode in Peterbilts like that. Peterbilts like that. Now, ain't nothing like being able to. Ain't nothing like being able to do this. When I wake up in the morning, you heard that? It's raining outside. I can get up and I can stretch. Man, so whatever kind of truck you get, whatever kind of truck you buy, make sure you get the truck that gives you the most number of options. This is a comfortable on-highway long-distance truck. And the truck is made. The only thing this truck is oddball about is this bed. This bed folds down. You can't sit up on the bottom bunk. You can't sit up on the top bunk. But if you let it down, it's a person could sleep up there, but it's not like a condo sleeper where you could sit up in the sleeper on the bottom. You can sit up in the sleeper on the top. And only the condo sleepers, and I think the bed is actually a little bit taller on a condo sleeper. How much did you pay for your truck? I think I got a video about that. And I'm pretty sure I talked about it before. Yeah. Oh. But make sure you buy what you know you want to do with your truck. And chips, you may want to do something else. Chips might just be, that might be what you're familiar with, and you may want to go take your truck to the oil field. That truck that I just got through looking at, I had to save on my phone because I saw some on there, and I'm like, oh, okay, because the more options you can get with your truck, the better off you're gonna end up being. So if your truck has an APU, that's a plus. If your truck has a bull rack on the front of it, yeah, brush guard, that's a plus. Your truck has a wet kit, that's a plus. Your truck has a blower, that's a plus. More than likely, you ain't getting no truck with a blower on it. A wet kit, you can get one. A vac pump, probably not. But you could probably get a vac pump on a truck before you get a truck with a blower on it, depending on where you at. But wet kits, you can get wet kits on trucks like it ain't nothing, because they have a lot of trucks with wet kits and they usually don't take them off the truck. Unless somebody would do that just to make a little bit of extra money, or they might use it again later. But blowers, people tend to keep those. But the market goes up and down. Man. But yeah, don't be afraid to invest money into what's going to be your business or your equipment. Just make sure you get the good quality equipment for what you're paying for. And somebody may feel that their equipment is gold with diamonds and rubies, and it might just be a piece of aluminum. So trying my best to keep it as real as I could possibly get. Trying my best to keep it as real as I could possibly get. Best to keep it as real as I could possibly get. Man, I ain't finna mess with that. That ain't no parking space, buddy. But what other questions y'all got? What other questions y'all got? Because this live has been going on for almost 3 hours. So, and even the dry van trailers, bro. Even the dry van trailers. That's why I had to go ahead and get me a trailer, bro. Because I couldn't find none. And the prices on it was it just kept going up. It just kept going up. It just kept going up. Like, how you, a 2005 dry van for $28,000. I'm telling you, hey, let this stuff keep going up. I say, hey, I sell mine. Like, let this stuff keep going up. Think it's a game. Think it's a game. A 2001. A 2001 53-foot dry van for $25,000. That was a $5,000 trailer before COVID. And we ain't even getting into no conversations about the new ones, bro. But I will go look at them trucks later. And especially anything that's a classic style. If it's like that classic style stuff, one thing I've learned about the classic stuff is here's a good story about trucking. Same thing goes for cars and probably a lot of other stuff. There was a point when Caterpillar Cummins in Detroit, they were competing with who could make the best truck. So one had to leave for a little while, then another one had to leave for a little while, then another one had to leave for a little while. And they were all competing to make the best truck. Now, there was a point in time when Freightliner and Peterbilt, and Kenworth, International, and there's no way this battery is long. Here's a beat battery. like I was saying, there was a time when Freightliner, International, Peterbilt, Kenworth, Volvo, they were all competing to who could make the best truck. Somewhere along the line, emissions demands got thrown into the kink. It got thrown into the system because trucks were on their way to averaging across the board 5 miles per gallon, 6 miles per gallon, 7 miles per gallon. They were beginning to average more and more as they kept competing to who could make the best truckers, because whoever could make the best truck would control the market share of the industry. Then as emissions came in, they began to kind of mess with stuff. And instead of Caterpillar, Peterbilt, Freightliner, Volvo, Detroit, Cummins, International Harvester, Sterling, Ford, GMC, instead of them competing to who can make the best truck, the best piece of equipment within these companies that specialize in making awesome equipment, they started competing with who could make something that works and fit in line with these emissions demands. When they began to do that, they began to make lesser quality equipment. And like this owner operator told me, this old dude, he said, they used to make the trucks for the owner operators and the people that were buying them. Now they make trucks for an industry standard that the industry never asked for. I never asked for death. I never asked for nothing. None of that emission stuff, never asked for any of it. But somebody came up with the good idea that that's what they should do. But they never came along and said, we should make sure that the truck driver is in the safest position that he can be in. He's in the best protected position that he could be in, seeing it's his life that's at risk. They don't do any of that. So keep that stuff in mind as you're moving forward through this industry. 06 on back up in there, you're gonna find what about a Mac? I don't know, bro. Never even drove one. Never had a privilege of driving one, and if I did, I don't really remember it. So I take that back. We had one at Patriot. It was a piece of junk, but it was the only truck like that we had, and it was a piece of junk. It was just an old beat up truck that nobody took care of and nobody cared about. So it was something they just didn't want no way. When they bought the company, that truck came with it, along with the other equipment and stuff. So that's what it was. Yeah, and if you can haul logs, you can haul chips, you can haul flatbed. It's just a matter of, because you should be able to get DJ Pete, what's up, bro? Live Now, Be Free, what's up? Clarence Pugh, man, thank you for showing up. Also, well, Tiger Monkey's up there in the oil field in North Dakota. Chasing Andrew Jackson's in the oil field over there in Texas, South Texas area, South Texas, Louisiana, doing his thing. As far as people that are in the trucking industry that I know and I'm familiar with, those two guys pretty much. I've met Andrew. I think I even met Tiger Monkey, but this was like before, like this was like before YouTube, or like when I first started doing YouTube stuff. I don't think because in my mind I'm thinking I met him on location and he was waiting to do something, and we started talking. I think I told him about my YouTube channel or something, but I got so many memories from out there, I don't know which one is which, and I could be wrong. And you're right, the paper mills, saw mills, that stuff is all up in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. I didn't realize it was in Virginia like that. But Virginia made me look at it different because when I drove up through, because I kind of want to go up through this area again. I don't want to go up through this area with a semi truck ever again. Which I hadn't been up that same road. I was in North Carolina. Was it Martinsville? Or did I have to go up to Roanoke? But anyway, it was... Because I was in Charlotte. I had to go from Winston-Salem. I had to get on the highway, go north. I think it was Martinsville. And then from Martinsville, I had to take 200... I'm trying to give me a second. I'm trying to remember how I came across. But anyway, I had to go up a mountain through. I got video of it. I got to put that together. I had to go up through the mountains, and this road is like 10 miles an hour. And this road is literally doing this. Up the mountain, coming down the mountain. But anyway, I made it safe, so it's all good. But I saw driving through there a bunch of small businesses that were making wood particle board, wood boards. They were doing all that stuff, and I'm like, so not just the trucking and then doing something with some of that natural resource. That's where you're gonna change the game. That's where you're gonna get into something different when you create something that you can continue to create, and you create an entirely new product that you're making, that you patent, and you can do that from trucking, from the resources, and just adding one thing after another. Because you see that stuff in Mississippi and Alabama, but it surprised me because it was like one after another one. One on this side of the road. I drive 10 miles, and one on this side of the road. Drive 10 miles, and another one was making something else with wood. And it was just one after another. And I don't normally go up through that area, so it was kind of, okay. Y'all out here getting it. What else were we talking about? Because it's almost at 3 hours. We're going to end this sucker at 3 hours. The best, live now, be free. The best engine, in my opinion, it ain't the Max Force. Unless somebody knows something I don't know, it is not that Max Force. Thomasville. When have I been through? I mean, I've been through Thomasville before. Hold on a minute, Thomasville. I've been through Thomasville. 43. I've been through there. Because I know I've come across 84 plenty. I've come across 84 plenty of times. And then you just, go up from Groveport, when you cross there. Because, hey, bro, you already know. Once you get out, when you get out past Collins, Mississippi, Law, Waynesboro, there really ain't much out that way in Alabama. I thought Alabama was like ahead of Mississippi. I thought Alabama was like, more uppity, like, more. I thought Alabama was balling, but maybe it's just Crimson Tide make it look like that. But Alabama is po, homie. Y'all just as po as we is over here in Mississippi, bro. I thought y'all balling over there. Deontay Wilder was knocking people out. Nick Saban killing the game. I got to driving across 84 and coming down. That's where it was. That's how I came to Thomasville. I was I was in Birmingham and I decided to take, what is that? It wasn't 5. I decided to take 43. And then I got so far down on 43 and I was like, screw this, I'm going to the house. But yeah, I have been through Thomasville. If I remember correctly, I came down through Thomasville to 84 and then drove home. Because I was like, screw this, I'm going to the house. But yeah, man, my best opinion, the best motor is the motor with the most paperwork done, the most stuff done to it to maintain it, and they can back up that they actually did it. That's the best motor. Because Cummins make great motors. They definitely had some issues over time and stuff that they had to update, like the ceramic fuel pan and the fuel pumps, which was the early ISX 15s, which were the I think the 2010s and stuff, like somewhere around up in there. So that's something that you have to keep an eye out for if you get one of those trucks. And you have to, like, if there's one for sale, you need to go look up to see which model it was. I used to know it offhand because when I bought this truck, I went and looked up, stuff to look out for, and I came across that. And I went and said, okay, which ones? Okay, so this one doesn't fall underneath that year. If you get a Cummins ISX CM870s or great motors, they're like more electronic M14s. Caterpillar 346E, 346B, C15, C13, but a C13 really isn't a powerhouse, but a C13 will do the job, but it's not a C15 is like Detroit's 60 series. I've never owned one. I've never heard anybody say one bad thing about it. I take that back. Maybe one dude was complaining about the Detroit, but that was the only guy I could find ever that complained about a Detroit. I've heard people complain about Caterpillars. Caterpillars are more expensive, but Caterpillars, they run. When you think of a Caterpillar, think of the Chevy Tahoe, the 1998 Chevy Tahoe, like those square body Chevy Tahoes. Think of that. That's what a Caterpillar is. You can walk out there in the field, that damn thing will crank right up with that 350 motor in it. That 350 motor is like the equivalent of what Caterpillar is. 350 motor will run forever. Change the oil and put coolant in it. It could be sitting in the field for a decade. You can go out there, put some fuel in it, and it'll crank up. It's gonna run. Caterpillar's made like that, and it's made with tolerances to keep going. It'll be pouring oil out of it. Just keep putting oil in it. You'll get to wherever you're going. So each motor has its thing, man. We are at 3 hours. And Clarence Pugh, you laughing, but you know what I'm talking about. Like you get over there driving through 84, you keep going across Alabama. Oh, y'all out here in the middle of nowhere. Ain't no Walmart near y'all. And it's okay. Nobody's coming out here to visit unless they live here. You know what I'm talking about, bro? It's just woods, and then it opens up when there's a little town. Woods opens up when there's a little town. Woods. That's all that's out there, bro. It's woods. All the way across that 84, all the way across that Pine Belt, all the way into Louisiana, all the way across into Georgia. It was straight woods. Live Not Be Free, man. Y'all are welcome. Live Not Be Free, man. Thank you. Just get the best deal for you, man. Don't if you going to buy a truck, if you get any uncomfortable feelings, like all of a sudden like something comes over you, it's a bad feeling. Listen to it. Follow your first mind. Your intuition gonna tell you should be able to guide you. Ask God, because you're making a step in your life to do something different and to step out on faith individually and step out on faith in your own future. So you need to take that stuff into account. And as I'm pretty sure most people will be in some way, shape, or form, if you're going to become an operator, an owner operator, you're stepping outside the bounds of what is normal. It's normal to be a company driver and make money and get paid and pay your bills. But to get your own truck, you're gambling on you, and you want to see you be successful presently and in the future. So buy the best equipment. It's just like if you were going to go buy a battery operated drill. You can go get the ones from Walmart. There's nothing wrong with it. It'll work perfectly fine. But you're going to come to find out when you go to use it heavily that it doesn't hold up as good. Versus if you go get you a Milwaukee M18, you're going to find out that you're going to break some stuff because you didn't realize that Milwaukee doesn't give. It's turning, whether it's turning it, tearing it, or turning your hand with it. So, you know, it's just like that. You're going to buy a semi truck, look at that, and I can tell you something else. The reason I said I'll never buy a new car, you can go get you a used semi truck. I don't know about now, but you should still be able to find them. That's why I love the South, bro. There are a lot more people moving out here because they're finding that out, and they're like, hey, they do like it over here. It's a slower pace, but it's a slower lived pace. The pace in the South is for people that want to live life and they don't care what other people are doing. That's the way the South is. South does not care what the Illuminati, conspiracy theory, skulls, and whatever other stuff I can't think of right now. But the South does not care. The South is doing its own thing. The South does not care. California has an agenda. They're trying to make California into. New York has an agenda. They're trying to mold New York and the people in it into. Same thing with Chicago. Same thing with Detroit. Same thing with Atlanta. Same thing with all those major cities. The South, that Pine Belt, don't care. As long as the bills get paid, they do not care. And every day turns just like every other day. It is beautiful. But time can slip away from you like that. Buy the best equipment for what you're going to buy it for. Don't rush into purchasing your truck. Get the piece of equipment that you want, and don't force yourself into buying something because you feel nervous about it, or it's like your adrenaline's going, yeah. Then just back off of it for a day and just, let it marinate, let it sit. Is this the best option? Is this the option? Is this the door that I want to go into? Other than that, man, I think you guys got it. You guys got it. It's just like chasing Andrew Jackson. That dude been winning. That dude been winning for years. It's like now he's talking about he's got his own thing. He's got his own authority. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's been winning. He's just adding more to the wins. Get the best setup for you. I'll holler at y'all later. JPTV 3000. Peace, man. It was awesome hanging out with you guys. Shout out to Clarence Pugh, Live Now Be Free, DJ Pete. Shout out to Otis Harris. Shout out to Timothy Fritch. Thank you, man. Thank all you guys for tuning in. Tanker Monkey. Hey, man. Where's your Tanker Monkey? Thank you for tuning in and hanging out, bro. I don't see any of your comments. But I want to say thank all you guys for tuning in, man. Appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And I got another video that'll be going up tomorrow. Oh, not tomorrow, no, next week. And some more videos and stuff that I got to put together, including some more driving videos with some music and stuff like that. Other than that, it's about the same old, man. Keep doing what y'all been doing, man, and keep winning. Stanley Salter says the Midwest is a very cold place. That's why I'm not in the Midwest right now. And I would not be up here, but this load was paying $4 a mile to go 535 miles. And by my estimations, when I get out from underneath this load, oh man, I should have been looking for another load. I'm over here talking on YouTube. That's what I should have been doing. But anyway, man, you guys take it easy. I'll holler at you guys later. I think I've answered every single question that has came along. Clarence Pugh, man, you got your CDL, you got experience, you're in a position to win. Just get the best truck for you, and you may be able to come across those truck deals. Of the one I was just telling you about, he's got the truck and trailer. Where is this at? I think it was actually in Alabama. On Facebook, put it at Demopolis. I think that's where it was. Where is this doggone truck at? Give me just a sec. Try to find this truck, man. Where's this truck at? Because there was a truck and a lowboy trailer, and I was just looking at this. Truck and a lowboy trailer. Truck and there it is. That 1995 Ford truck. The only thing about it, that Ford truck, I don't know about finding parts for that. You know, Freightliner, FLDs, FLC, Columbia, Centuries. You got parts all over the place. Parts in between everywhere. The motor parts are usually going to be about the same everywhere. Transmission, rear end, basic stuff like that. But parts for the truck, like pieces on the truck, you know, you're going to need another truck for that, because more than likely they're not going to make stuff like that. So, and I think he said $18,000 for the truck and the lowboy trailer, which I have to see that lowboy. But if the lowboy ain't bad looking, ain't beat up too bad, you know, it could be rehabbed. You get in the truck and the trailer, and you can always haul somebody something with it, depending on what kind of lowboy it is. So there's options out there. Just be on the lookout. And it would help if you were, well, no, it's gonna be about the same. But if you're hauling logs or something, you know, as you're hauling stuff and traveling around, you'll run across deals. You know, you'll run into somebody that, yeah, you know, I got this truck, such and such. Okay, well, they driving this truck, but this is their backup truck. Okay, what do you like about your backup truck versus your main truck? and where you said you work at, you know, man, you gonna run into people and stuff, man. You gonna run into people like, hey, man, you know, you got another truck, or you know somebody that got another truck. You know, just talk to them, man. Just talk to them, shoot the breeze, and just listen. I'll holler at you guys later. I think I have said enough of the same stuff over and over again that we have all probably had enough. And if I think of some more stuff, I'll make another live video. It won't be no 3 hours worth of talking. This is JPTV 3000, same YouTube channel as always. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace. You know who it is.